Well, hey guys, what is going on out there today? It is Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. The lovely my Ichikawa Abel on the other side of the table here, actively puzzling away, trying to finish off that Colorado State logo puzzle. Almost done. Only taken, we're in month 14 now?
3 years.
3 years. Okay, I was slightly off by 22 months. Guys, wherever you are, hope you're having a great day today. We're here in the California desert, windy this morning, and hoping it dies down from my 9:30 with the Big O, the workout on the grass this morning. What I've got for you today is we're to talk about a fundamental that if you don't get this right, if you don't constantly tinker, practice, work on it, that all the other stuff just doesn't really work. So we're going to take a look at that with the video I've got teed up here for you in just a second. Before we get to it, a couple of announcements is, first of all, I've got 3 complimentary, that would be no charge free on me. I got you covered on these 3 courses in the members area over at webtennis.com. You can get free access to those 3 courses. Just go over to webtennis.com. And just drop in a first name and email address, and you'll get access to creating your own little membership over there where you can get free access to those 3 courses. The link is down below in the description area. And look, when we're done today with 7 around 7, go ahead and check those out. Look, if you love working on your game, you know, whether it could be technique, could be tactics, could be mental, could be physical. Would love for you to subscribe if you're over at YouTube to the YouTube channel, so you get notified anytime we go live and or anytime I upload new video content to help you out with any one of those 4 areas of your game. And, you know, today, look, today we are going to work, as I mentioned before, on a really specific fundamental, really more about racket prep. And if you love working on this kind of stuff, then would love for you to hit the like and the share buttons, whether you're at Facebook and YouTube. That would be awesome. And then finally, look, if you really believe that fitness is kind of a thing for tennis, you know, there's a moving tennis ball that we've got to move our butt over to for, you know, point after point after point. If you believe that fitness is a big deal, then I've got something that I want to share with you. All you got to do is just shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. I want to share with you what I take, how I supplement my diet. And our diet's really good. We're about 95% plant-based diet, but I still feel, or both of us, Maya and I feel that we need to supplement, and love to share with you what I take on a daily basis that helps me in really a couple of areas, specifically in recovery from all the tennis I play, off-court workout I do, and then also helping to reduce inflammation. So any of those areas kind of ring true for you, just shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. Happy to let you know what I'm doing in those areas. All right, guys, so let's get to this. And what I want to show you today, and what I want to talk to you today, is the one fundamental that if you don't make it consistent, if you don't make it like top of your fundamental priority list, all the other fundamentals, which are sort of, you know, sub to this, kind of like a sub menu, just don't really work. And so I know you guys have seen this point before. I'm going to play this in real time, and here's where we get set up on this shot right here, right? And look, you can see the ball bouncing. Here's the bounce point. And look, before I got with Mr. Stowe, there were many times when my first thought was not spacing, right? Was not, well, what's the spatial distance I need to be away from the path of this incoming ball, right? I mean, we are always taught that the ball needs to be to our side, right? Well, that sounds pretty obvious. And we work on the ball machine. Someone feeds us ball, our pro feeds us ball, and whether it's a forehand or backhand, a volley or whatever. But way too often, our first thought is, where are we going to play this thing, right? Or what kind of spin are we going to hit? And I used to I used to get a little bit too close, right? Lots of people say, well, I'm late on the ball. Well, if you're late on the ball, it's probably because you're crowding it, right? You're getting too close. So look, the first thing I want you to do today in your warm-up is think spacing. What's the ideal distance away from the ball? Not crowding it. What's the ideal distance away from the ball? And this is just a typical shot, right? It could be anything. All right, it could be a standard rally ball. It could be a passing shot up the line. It could be this shot right here. Well, for me, this is the perfect spacing for me. And what I try to always sort of think about first is when I see an incoming ball, and especially in doubles, when I know this is mine, first thing I go is, where am I in relation to the ball? Am I getting the ball to my side? And once that is done, then I just allow my instincts in terms of shot choice and the next best court position based on that shot choice. I just let those instincts take over. But you know what? If I crowd this ball, if I'm 4 to 6 inches, a little bit more to my right, now all of a sudden my brain just goes into kind of confusion, right? So you've got to be thinking that spacing, the distance, the spatial distance away from your ideal point of contact on this shot. Yours might be different than mine, and that's totally cool. But you've got to make sure that that's your first thought, and then let your instincts take over in terms of shot choice and the next best court position. So what is the message for today? Well, look, the message for today is, when you get out next time on the court, and hopefully it's today, so this message is fresh in your mind, when you get out in the warm-up, and the warm-up could be the short court. Look, when Owen and I get out this morning, we're to do a short court. The only thing I'm thinking about for the first couple, 2 or 3 minutes, is whatever ball he taps back to me. We're doing short court, right? One tee to the next tee. I'm just thinking about footwork. I'm thinking about, I got to create space. And way too often I see players in a short court warm-up just kind of rooted with their feet. And look, it's fine to be yakking away if you want to be talking about whatever. That's great. But make sure you're not just standing there allowing a ball coming right at you and you're just kind of, you're just telling your brain, this is what we do. And so the first thing I do is make sure my feet are active so that I'm creating space to the path, that little tap that he's giving back to me. And then as we move back to the baseline, I continue for another couple of minutes of all I'm thinking about is spacing, and then allowing my instincts in terms of, am I going to slice it? Am I going to flatten this thing? Am I going to roll it? Whatever it is. And letting those just take over and just kind of trust. I mean, look, come on, think about it. How many forehands have you hit in your life? I don't know. I mean, 10 million? Is there a number bigger than that? I suppose. but whatever it is, you know how to hit a forehand. You don't have to manufacture it, right? And as long as you have your spacing correct, you can just let your instincts take over in terms of swing technique, shot choice, and the next best court position. Once you start crowding the ball, your spacing's not right. Maybe you're crowding it. Maybe it's a little bit too far away from you. Then all of a sudden your instincts don't take over, and you've got to manufacture an improvised stroke technique. And that's just a recipe for not being a consistent shot maker. So guys, get out today. Number one, spacing. And I'd love to hear your feedback on this, whether it's right now or whether it's after your tennis today or the next time you're out in the court. Come on back to this post, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, and let me know. Let me know your thoughts on your spatial distancing, social distancing, spatial distancing away from the path of that incoming ball. And look, I think about spacing also on my serve, right? I've got to put my toss in a spot that allows my natural serve swing to be able to happen. If your toss is not in the right spot, then you don't have the right spacing to the point of contact in relation to your serve. What about the overhead? Think about the term overhead. Would that maybe indicate, well, maybe you should place this lob over your head? Might, but that would be incorrect in terms of ideal spacing, in terms of ideal stroke technique for your overhead. It's not over the head. If your right-handed player, should be out in front of your right shoulder. That's a little wordy, but that's the correct spacing for it. All right, guys, hope this has helped today. Again, if you want to know what I am taking for fitness in terms of quickness, endurance, all that good stuff, and how, what I'm taking to recover and more specifically to reduce inflammation, just shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. Would love to let you know. The organic plant-based superfood supplements, the non-ibuprofen stuff that I take daily. All right, guys, with that said, it is time. Get out there, make the wind stop, please. Help someone else have a great day. Guys, we'll do this again tomorrow.